Hi, this is a sermon set up for April 11th, and April 11th means April 15th is right around the corner. I'm sorry, it is. And that usually means that I go through a several day panic mode, and then I realize it's not as painful as it needs to be. There are a few things that make me more uncomfortable, squirm, anxious, and fretful than money. And I get to talk about that this Sunday morning. In fact, my sermon is, you'll like this, is called Taking a Spiritual Audit of Your Money. Now, doesn't that excite you? Doesn't that make you very excited about coming to church this Sunday and worshiping God? Well, audits are not something that we get excited about. It's one of those things that we go, what if that happened? Oh, that probably would never happen. I hope we don't say that because we're dishonest. I hope more it's because maybe we struggle with the organizational side of things. But this Sunday morning, I want to ask some very important questions for our souls in regards to our money and how we live and how are we glorifying God and maximizing our joy in Him in the use of our money? Most Americans are not. Most Americans are not living for the glory of God with their money when it really gets down to it. And so this Sunday morning we're going to look at that. We're going to look at several reasons why I'm asking you to take this audit, spiritual audit of what God has called you to do. And I have some personal reasons. I have some social reasons to look at. I have some biblical reasons, which is our authority, our source, what that should drive us. What does God's Word say to us? And a visionary reason, imagine what God could do and will do. I shouldn't say could do. He does what He wants. Whether we give Him the money He's put in our hands at all, but I want us to imagine, to dream big dreams of what God could do as we biblically obey Him in generous giving and the liberation that is involved in obeying Him and not being in bondage or in slavery to our money. And then finally, the most important reason is I want a doxological or a glory of God reason. We need to care about this because God says whether you eat or drink, whatever you do, whether you pay taxes, look at your account, look at your money, live with your money, do all to the glory of God. So spend in such a way that says, I hope in God. And when we live lives hoping in God, we glorify Him as the one who satisfies our hearts rather than the false securities of money, the false treasure securers of money. And so I hope that you come. I hope that this introduction doesn't scare you away and say, not this week, it's about money. I'm reading a book, a Christian satire called Stuff Christians Like, and he says that the most feared words that people in church hate to hear their pastor say from the pulpit is, first, everyone hold hands. We'll go there another time. And secondly, today we are going to talk about something that we never talk about here, money. Well, we're going to talk about money, but I hope it will be a help to us. Please pray. Pray for me. Pray for yourself. Just ask God, God, what do you have for me? You know what? When God calls us to obey Him, He's not doing something to torture us. He's doing something to love us and to free us and to maximize our joy. But it takes faith, usually, almost always, because of who we are apart from Him.